Aloha, and welcome to the 2019 edition of UHMTV, a TV news magazine show written, hosted, and produced by the journalism students here at the University of Hawaii at Manoa. I'm Chaz, Mihara.
And I'm Keila Lee. Thanks for joining us for this special edition of UHMTV. Coming up in this episode, Campus Center Confusion. We'll take you on a maze of construction at one of the university's most popular hangouts.
Find out why UH Manoa is one of the safest campuses in the nation.
And it may be the last straw for single-use plastics on campus.
Plus, a special talk story session with Wahine volleyball head coach and proud alum, Robin Amo. Stay with us for UHMTV.
UH Manoa's Campus Center is getting a new look this fall as part of a master plan to update the 46-year-old building.
While many are pleased with the upgrades, some students find the continued construction annoying. Campus Center is covered in construction. Barricades block most of the open spaces where students used to hang out, eat, and study. Popular places like Subway, Jamba Juice, and Starbucks are still open, but getting there is like walking through a maze.
By Starbucks, it can get really loud during the day, which can affect my studying. And then it's also just annoying because there's less space to work and eat.
The state legislature is fully funding the $3 million project. That means no student tuition or fees will be used. UH officials say the current inconvenience is only temporary and that students will be pleased when everything is done.
The Campus Center has slowly just been improving the quality of being the center of campus for students. Slowly but surely, this Campus Center is just, it's a place where we want students to come and to gather and to eat and to study and to socialize.
While UH officials say construction needs to happen now, Campus Center businesses are concerned that less foot traffic means less money.
Everything's boarded up. If you haven't seen what it looks like upstairs, not a whole lot of signage. So people just assume that the bookstore is closed, and as well as other businesses. So to lose that access to the bookstore from the main hub of Campus Center, I think it's a convenience factor. And so it's just us having to get the word on our own that, hey, we're still here. Yes, you need to walk around the building or come downstairs, but we're still open and we still have full services available.
Upgrades include fixing the tile flooring, modernizing elevators, and replacing light fixtures. The Campus Center ballroom will also be renovated in the near future. For UHMTV, I'm Chaz, Mihara.
Yeah, the construction has been a real pain.
It has, but it's coming to an end as renovations are expected to be completed by spring 2020.
Down at the lower campus, another construction project is slated for the Stan Sheriff parking garage, where more solar panels will be installed.
The goal is to make UH more energy efficient, but as Troy Jacobs reports, that means less parking stalls for UH motorists.
Starting next summer of 2020, the university will construct its second solar panel canopy over the east wing of the Stan Sheriff parking lot. Construction of the first canopy took a year to complete, cutting off about 200 parking stalls. Future construction for the second canopy is expected to cut off nearly double that number since the area is larger. The university currently spends more than $20 million every year on electricity, and it is estimated the solar canopies will save UH about $300,000 a year.
Solar panels, like the ones behind me, absorb sunlight and uses it to generate energy. This makes solar power one of the most sustainable methods in making electricity.
This is all part of UH Manoa's net zero energy goal, which aims to use as much green energy as it creates by the year 2035. Since 2015, UH has significantly reduced energy consumption on campus by about 5%. It has also produced more than double the amount of renewable energy by about 116%. And while parking may be a short-term challenge, some feel the hassle is well worth it.
I mean, it definitely is an inconvenience, but ultimately I think it is pretty beneficial for, I guess, the world as well as students as a whole.
UH officials hope to ease the parking situation by scheduling construction in phases.
But we're doing some planning and careful engineering to see if we can get it accomplished in one summer. If it's in 2 summers, it'll be phased. We'll do half in one and half in the other. And the reason why we want to do it in summer is to really minimize the impact on parking during the school semester.
Many other buildings on campus already have solar panels, including Gartley Hall, the Warrior Rec Center, and the East-West Center. So far, the university has achieved about 3.4% of its net zero energy goal.
This is just the first of many solar canopies to be installed at UH. Several more will be constructed over the next 10 years. For UHMTV, I'm Troy Jacobs.
UH Manoa is one of the safest campuses in the nation, according to a national report.
But some students and faculty say they would feel much safer if they saw more security officers on duty. UH's Department of Public Safety prides itself in promoting a safe campus 24/7. Yet, the latest statistics show more than 60 criminal offenses and 600 drug and alcohol-related arrests and referrals were recorded. Crimes regularly reported each year on campus include motor vehicle thefts, burglaries, and sex offenses. Even with these statistics, UH ranked 7th in the nation for best campus safety resources in a 2016 report. Central places on campus like the bookstore experience crime often, but struggle to maintain security.
You know, so funny enough, I want to say that within the past maybe year, the incidents within the bookstore has definitely elevated in terms of security issues. A lot of the customers that are coming in, we find are either on drugs or, they have issues that they're dealing with.
Outside vendors, such as Starbucks, Jamba Juice, and Subway, are all responsible for funding their own security. But it's a costly service which the bookstore admits it cannot afford to provide year-round.
I feel like I rarely see the public safety officers around other than when they're driving around in a car. And I feel like if they had more of a presence on campus, like maybe more personnel walking around and things like that, there would be a lot more of a safe feeling from the students.
And while many students don't always see officers on duty, DPS claims they are constantly on patrol. In cases of emergency, there are 72 call boxes like this around campus to connect you to security at any time. In 2015, DPS also launched a mobile app called the Manoa Guardian, which gives users access to security with the push of a button.
Typically, we have anywhere from 3 to up to 12 officers patrolling campus at any one time, so they're there.
DPS also offers services like 24/7 safety escorts, active shooter awareness and response training, and other safety workshops. For UHMTV, I'm Keila Lee. Public safety emphasizes that even if you don't see it, there is 24/7 security all year round. For more information and safety tips, call 956-6911 or check out their website at hawaii.edu/DPS.
Coming up next, a landmark church in Waikiki steps up to help the homeless.
Don't go away.
I chose UH Manoa's College of Social Sciences because it inspires me to be bold and unafraid, to stand out, speak up, defend, and question.
It's about being in my element, being engaged, and being part of something great.
At the College of Social Sciences, we empower students to explore their interests, discover what they excel in, and learn how to apply their knowledge outside the classroom. Visit us today and learn more about us, because life is not one-dimensional and your college degree shouldn't be.
Welcome back to UHMTV. Hawaii's homeless population is increasing according to the Institute for Human Services.
And as Alexa Gutierrez tells us, a Waikiki church is helping the homeless off the streets.
Waikiki, Hawaii's major tourist destination, faces a constant problem of chronic homelessness.
And now, one of the main landmark churches in the area is getting involved to address the problem.
We designed a service fair in partnership with St. Augustine's Church.
For the first time, the Institute for Human Services is hosting a weekly service fair in partnership with St. Augustine's Church and other community groups. Volunteers serve meals, provide hot showers, clothing, and even medical services.
They've become a community safety net for any person experiencing a housing crisis and in needing a place to stabilize and avoid homelessness.
Nearly 4,500 people experience homelessness on Oahu, according to 2019's point-in-time count, and that number continues to grow. Now, IHS has refined its strategy to focus on a weekly service fair and to strengthen laws that would get homeless off the streets and into social services.
For Waikiki, what now remains is a more chronic homeless population, those with mental illnesses and substance addictions.
Some of the proposal includes creating harsher penalties for substance abusers and allowing certain interventions to protect public safety. St. Augustine's Church hosts its service fair every Thursday from 4 to 7 p.m.
Because we are here and it's consistent, they actually feel like there's a sense of hope. They want to come, and even if it's just to get something to eat, but we're here for them, if they need it.
In the last 4 years, IHS has moved more than 600 people off the streets in Waikiki as they continue their mission on ending and preventing homelessness in Hawaii. Organizers are asking for more volunteers and hot meals on Thursdays. For more information or ways to get involved, visit ihshawaii.org or St. Augustine's Parish. For UHMTV, I'm Alexa Gutierrez.
While the state continues to tackle chronic homeless issues, another public health issue is on the rise.
Youth suicide has gone up consistently in Hawaii over the past 10 years. As Karina Nokan reports, programs to raise awareness and prevention are now being offered in middle school.
Student activities like these are being offered to middle schoolers to promote suicide awareness and prevention. The number of youth suicides in America has risen 56% in the last decade. In Hawaii, youth suicide is the highest of all fatalities, more than youth car crashes, drownings, and cancer combined. Some experts believe many of the deaths stem from mental health issues.
It's normal, right? Just like, well, you fall, you break your leg, you go to the health office, you go to the hospital, whatever. If you're having mental health challenges, you get the help you need as well.
While youth constitutes as 10 to 24 years old, Hawaii has seen suicides among kids as young as 8 years old.
I still think there's a place where you have to have youth voice. The program that we're doing, Inspiring Hope, through Sources of Strength, we're working with middle school aged youth, and they pick it up really fast.
In this year's legislative session, 2 major bills were passed for suicide prevention. One bill provides financial support to help fund prevention programs. The other mandates prevention training for all DOE employees. The Prevent Suicide Hawaii Task Force made a strategic plan to inspire hope and offer help, while providing resources that encourage healing. The plan explains what businesses, schools, and communities can do to stay aware. Advocates hope to secure more funding for these programs during the upcoming legislative session. For more information, visit the Suicide Prevention Resource Center at sprc.org. For UHMTV, I'm Karina Nokan.
When we come back, we'll meet a 3-time Olympic champion who also happens to be a proud UH grad.
Plus, how some kids are making the move to cut meat on Mondays.
Welcome back to UHMTV. Every semester, we like to honor our distinguished alumni.
And recently, our own Kirsten Sibley got to sit down with one of UH's most famous Wahine volleyball stars.
A player who is never at a loss for words with the media. Rainbow fans, please show your aloha for number 11 from Honolulu, Robin Amo.
UH alum Robin Amo is a 2-time first-team All-American who led the 1996 Rainbow Wahine to the NCAA Finals. She competed in 3 Olympic Games and won a silver medal in 2008. And now she is giving back to her alma mater.
Our special guest in the studio has been leading the UH Wahine volleyball team to new heights ever since Dave Shoji retired in 2017. Welcome to the studio, Coach Robin.
Thanks for having me.
So I've been coached by Dave Shoji since my freshman year, and you were coached by him as well. Can you talk about what it was like to fill his shoes?
To fill his shoes, oh my gosh. Actually, I don't know if he can actually fill his shoes. He's been here for 42 years, and he's built a really good program. And I'm just here to try and just keep it going and keep the legacy going.
What was your first reaction when you were offered the head coach position?
I was actually sitting at dinner with Matlin, and he's like, "Yeah, do you want the job?" I'm like, "What? Are you kidding?" And I just sat there and I was like surprised. And I'm like, he's like, "Do you want the job?" And I said, "Yeah, I want the job." So that's pretty much how it went.
And also, Coach Angelica Lindquist, who is also a Wahine player with you, was offered that position as assistant coach. Can you speak on what it's been like to have her by your side?
I mean, it's been awesome. I interviewed a couple, three or four candidates, and I think she was she was obviously the best one for it. She loves Hawaii volleyball. She loves being here in the islands, and she's like a product of Wahine volleyball, so it's awesome.
Did you know that you always wanted to be a coach after you were done playing?
The thing I knew was I love volleyball. I love being around volleyball. I love playing volleyball. So the next best thing, after my body gets old, is coaching. So here I am.
And you played for 3 Olympics, and you also played professionally overseas. But before that, you were a UH player, and can you tell me what it was like to play for the Wahine program?
Yeah, it was awesome. I mean, I looked up to most of the players that played here, and I kind of imagined I wanted to come. I didn't know if I was good enough to be here and play, but when Dave came and he said, "Hey, do you want a scholarship?" I said, "Yeah, sure." And just representing not only just the state, but my family here since I was born and raised here, it was awesome to play.
So for people who don't follow volleyball, how would you describe the program and how can people support it?
Describe the program. So since I've played a lot of places in the world, there's no place that you're gonna feel this much love, aloha, and family. And supporting them, just come out, supporting the games, support our foundation, our traveling expenses, what else? Recruiting expenses.
What values do you hope to instill in your players, both on and off the court?
The big thing is for the girls that I coach, it's have to get an education, as well as being great people. If you're a great person, your athletic career is just gonna skyrocket. That's what I feel. So just doing your schoolwork, get an education, and just being great people.
And what goals do you have not only for this year's team, but for the program as a whole?
Of course, Dave was here for 2 years, and he's done a great job. And just to keep that going. Hopefully, bring a national championship back to the arena. I want one. We were that close to it our senior year, and I feel like we're getting there. So I want that national championship.
All right. Well, thank you for coming down to the studio, and we look forward to watching your progress, both in the career and on the court. And thanks for coming down.
Thanks for having me.
Still to come on UHMTV, how UH students are making waves towards a plastic-free campus.
And why some people may be wondering, where's the beef? The answer when we return on UHMTV.
Hawaii is home to one of the best universities in the world, the University of Hawaii at Manoa. Consistently ranked in the top 5% among national and international universities, affordable with resident tuition more than $4,000 below the national average, 200+ degree programs to choose from. Get a world-class education and experience. The University of Hawaii at Manoa.
Welcome back to UHMTV. Environmentalists at UH are continuing to fight against plastic pollution.
But as Megan Lucas reports, university officials are not quite ready to bend its policy on single-use plastic straws.
A waste audit conducted by the UH Office of Sustainability estimated that 50,000 plastic straws are disposed of every day on campus. UH students want to make a change, so they presented a policy to UH President David Lassner that would require the use of marine biodegradable straws at a by-request basis.
We're super enthusiastic that they have been showing enthusiasm and openness and willingness to work with us. We decided to allow bioplastics as an alternative. Bioplastics are based from corn, they're not based or crude oil, so it's a bit better, but bioplastics, they act the same way as oil-based plastics, so they're still detrimental to marine life, and they're not a better substitute.
Living in Hawaii, we see the direct impact that plastics have on marine life.
We use all eco-friendly products. We don't use any straws, we just have paper straws. We really just don't want all the straws and other plastic and microplastics to go into the ocean.
It's a licensed store, so we're contracted out under Sodexo, not Starbucks. Slowly but surely, they're going to get rid of straws completely.
A plastic straw is used for an average of 5 to 7 minutes and then thrown away. The Surfrider Foundation at UH has been working on a plastic straw ban for over a year now. If nothing changes, the oceans will contain more plastic than fish by weight in 2050. DeRay Shin, coordinator for the Surfrider Foundation on Oahu, stated that the plastic straw policy was supported by President Lassner. However, it is not a simple pass or no pass solution. The UH system has an executive sustainability policy. The Surfrider Foundation will continue to stand by its motto, Rise Above Plastics. UH officials say they are in support of a ban and will work to update its policies on sustainability. For UHMTV, I'm Megan Lucas.
Meanwhile, youth activists are hoping to combat climate change by asking students to give up meat at least once a week.
It's called Meatless Mondays, but some local ranchers believe going vegan is not the only way to save the earth. Ronnie Campman has more.
Hawaii youth activists are calling for Meatless Mondays as a way to fight global warming. They're asking public schools to serve vegan and vegetarian meals at least once a week.
Being careful with what you eat, say choosing fish instead of beef, or even better, going for vegan or vegetarian options, can make a big dent in our battle to tackle the issue of climate change.
The movement comes at a time when the demand for beef is at its highest. The average American consumes about 222 pounds of meat per year. Environmentalists say the beef industry releases too much methane, causing damage to the atmosphere. The greenhouse gas is 84 times more toxic than carbon dioxide, according to the Environmental Defense Fund. While the number of meat eaters continues to grow, there's still a high demand for the beef industry. One local rancher is developing alternatives to reduce its carbon footprint. Gunstock Ranch has launched a new reforestation program to grow more trees in order to offset the methane released from its cows.
We know that agriculture actually, it does take away from the land in that way of raising cattle and stuff. It is a little hard on it. So this is a way to repair that and to do our part to make the world a better place in that way. And so we started our reforestation program, and it helps to lessen our carbon footprint and just bring back the native trees that were here in the past.
The goal is for 62% of its 800 acres to be dedicated to the reforestation program. By 2045, ranch officials hope to restore 500 acres of native Hawaiian forest. Hawaii's public schools already offer vegan and vegetarian options for students who choose to not eat meat. But Meatless Mondays would make it mandatory. With UHMTV News, I'm Ronnie Campman. A bill proposing Meatless Mondays is expected to move through the legislature this coming session. For more information on this and other climate change bills, visit capital.hawaii.gov. For UHMTV, I'm Ronnie Campman.
Thanks, Ronnie. Well, that wraps up our 17th edition of UHMTV. Mahalo to the School of Communications and the College of Social Sciences for supporting our journalism program.
To see any of our stories online, check out our YouTube channel, or for more information, visit the UH Manoa Journalism website.
Until next time, thanks for joining us and
Aloha!
aloha.